Remember that dude who like messaged you from Australia?
Oh! Yes, I do.
Welcome to the BBT podcast. I'm Becca.
And I'm Quilly.
We're friends that are just trying to be better together.
Join us to hear about what it's like to be in between Gen Z and millennial identities.
We hope you enjoyed this week's episode.
Welcome to the new episode of the BBT pod. If you're new here, we are two friends that talk about stuff to improve our lives. BBT stands for Be Better Together, and we want to invite you along to learn cool stuff with us.
Today, we are becoming better together by learning more about some of you, reading some of your stories, and then talking more about our own personal experiences based on that topic.
And for those of you watching, you may notice that there's a sign behind me. I always try to put little, I don't know what they're called, not Easter eggs but little hints. Yeah. So today it says the BBT PDT. This is because PDT is Permission to Dance by BTS that came out this week. So please stream. And that leads us to our first topic of the day. So for those of you who have seen our previous episode 12, What You Know About Microwaving in London, which I highly recommend. It's a really good episode, guys. It was really fun. We ended the episode by talking about Ollie London. So first of all, Becca brought this to my attention. We would like to apologize for using the incorrect pronouns. Preferred pronouns are they and them. So let's use that from now on. So I was a dumb and I apologize to Ollie London for using their wrong pronouns, and then I literally went that whole 5 minutes by using he. I'm so sorry, so here we are.
I have no idea what this is.
You have no idea, right? Okay, cool.
Absolutely no idea.
All right, so I took some notes. Let's make sure I get this right. So on June 26th, which is like 2 days after we recorded our last episode on Ollie London, they actually came out with something more controversial. They came out with a YouTube video called Being Korean, which is, those of you who don't get the context, please go watch the previous episode, like the last half or the whole thing, you know. But I recorded some quotes that I got off of another website. Okay, I couldn't put myself through the video. I watched the first 6 seconds and I was done. So I got these quotes from another website, and let me share these with you, Becca. I think you will enjoy them.
I'm afraid.
All right, so let's begin. Quoting Ollie London, I took the difficult and brave decision to come out as non-binary and Korean to help millions of other LGBTQI plus young people around the world, K-pop fans, and the Korean people feel confident.
Oh my god.
He follows it with, it feels good to finally come out as Korean non-binary person after being trapped in the wrong body and wrong culture my whole life.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. There's more. This is the one that I really wanted to tell you. My new official Korean name is Park Jimin Hyunin Kai Taeyong입니다. And let me break it down for you guys. We all know who Park Jimin is, BTS. Hyunin Kai is a member of TXT, which is also in BTS's company. And Taeyong, I don't know where he comes from, but he's definitely another K-pop star. 입니다 is just like, it is a formality of the way of saying these are my names in Korean. So I would be like, my name is Quillian입니다. So that's just like a part of the speech. Oh, there's more. So they said his official pronouns are, in addition to they and them, also Korean and Jimin.
Wait, what?
So Jimin is a pronoun now. Yeah.
Oh.
Most people calling him Jimin. Like a stage name or something. I don't know if it's official.
Okay.
So this caused more trouble. What did next? So they shared an altered South Korean flag with rainbow waves imposed on the symbols of their flag. And they quoted this as new official flag for being non-binary person who identifies as Korean. So in my humble opinion, this is definitely cultural appropriation and very disrespectful to South Koreans by tampering with their flag.
Yeah.
Because obviously, right, the flag's original colors have meaning and so do the symbols. You can't just do that.
Yeah, and you can't just identify as a certain culture.
Yeah.
Like, that is clear cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
That is very problematic.
Exactly. They responded to haters. I guess we would be considered haters because we're saying actions are wrong. They responded to them as being homophobic and transphobic. But that's totally not what's going on. Like, not trans, non-binary phobic.
Yeah. Okay, but then that's not the issue. The issue is the tampering with the flag and the cultural appropriation. Like, being non-binary, no one's saying anything about being non-binary.
And, like, fiddling with their flag. Like, I feel like you can, like, I don't think Koreans would fiddle with their own flag either. In Korea, it's a different society. I'm not Korean, so I'm not going to go into that. But I feel like if you mess with the colors, it's not
acceptable at all.
No. Y'all are free to express your opinions about them. I mean, don't give them, like, hate. Like, don't go and tell them, like, death threats. Please don't do that. Mm-hmm. But just understand that this is wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Very wrong.
Like, their crush on Jimin just went way too far. Way too far. But we have another story for you that's about a crush.
Yes.
That didn't go that far.
So this is a story that one of you sent in, and it's a very long story. It's over 2,000 words. So
congrats. Good for writing this one.
Thank you so much for submitting it. But for the interest of time, we summarized it, but we're going to keep the essence of the story. So don't worry.
Yes.
We didn't cut out the important aspects. And it was really entertaining to read. I think both of us really enjoyed reading it and going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also didn't cut out, like, your best quotes, like the essence, basically. And we kept them in for some of them.
For some of them, for sure. Okay.
All right. Okay, why don't we approach this in the way that we divided it for summarizing?
Okay. Yeah. So you start, because we did it like Quilly would do the odd paragraphs, and I would summarize the even paragraphs.
Yeah.
So
let's hear it.
Yeah.
This is called The Embarrassing Story of My Quebec Crush. I am tuning in the vibes of this person. All right. When I was 15, I went on a study trip to Quebec to study French for 1 month in the Explorers program to improve my poor French class performance. I got a 26 on my report card before. Oops. I went with 12 classmates to a small town called Jonquière. Please, I'm sorry. And I got to choose between staying at a dorm or with a host family, and of course, I chose the dorm life. Fun fact, there was a strike system where you could get sent home for speaking English in class too many times.
Yikes. On my first day there, at the assembly hall, in the far corner of my eye, I saw a guy that literally made me gasp and squeal. My friend Angelina urged me to speak with him, but I was too shy and opted to observe him from afar instead. At the time, I would choose to run the opposite way if I was walking in the same direction as my crush.
On a 4-hour hike one weekend at 30 degrees Celsius, I saw Mr. Handsome with his friends. They're taking the trail too, but we were trailing a little bit behind the group. My friends were there for the scenery and photo-taking opportunity, and wore platform shoes to the hike, so my brain was like, A, I won't be able to reach the top like I wanted, and B, I had a small desire to hike in the same period as Mr. Handsome. So I left my friends behind. So much for sisters before Mr. And I rushed up to the top, taking about 2 hours and 45 minutes. Remember, it was a 4-hour hike, guys. When I reached the top, Mr. Handsome and co. were already heading down. Damn it. I caught my breath for a few minutes since I didn't bring water or food, apart from a granola bar. And then I started back down. I do regret not enjoying the scenery off the cliff and mountains. I didn't even take a picture. Mr. Handsome, who was still nameless to me at this point, was very fit, and he was very speedy. I was getting lightheaded near the bottom of the trail, and I felt something trickling down my nose. And your girl gets a nosebleed. Classic. I used my towel to make a burqa hijab, but still, when I got to the bottom, people gasped because my clothes and hands were pretty bloody. I think I caught his attention, but ran away to rest in the bus until everyone else finished the hike.
I got back to the dorms and a girl named Alice asked me if I was okay and offered me Gatorade. Alice invited me to join her friends to make cake balls. We started talking about eye candy around the program, and I found out that the cute boy was actually Alice's boyfriend's friend, and I confided in her the true reason for my nosebleed. I also found out the boy's name, Jeffrey. Alice offered to introduce me to him, but I quickly denied.
I would go to the campus fitness center at very random hours. Once I was there at 6 a.m. and Jeffrey was also there. And oh my dear, shorts plus muscle tee and muscles? Oh, yes, please sign me up. I think that day I ended up looking at him more than I did working out. The next day, I went for a morning workout again, thinking that Jeffrey may be a morning workout person. And I was correct. And from then on, I tried to go at this time. I still wasn't able to greet him, and it didn't help that he stayed with the host family, so I couldn't see him at the residence though.
On the last night, I was comforting my friend Maria, who was sad that she had to break up with her boyfriend because her boyfriend lived in Vancouver. While comforting her, her boyfriend and Jeffrey came by. Maria's boyfriend pulled her aside, leaving me alone with Jeffrey, to which he said, "Hey girl, it kind of sucks that we just got to get to know each other today. You're a pretty cool person. I saw you work out at the gym and around campus a few times. We could have chilled out." Turns out he also lived in Vancouver, but I was able to get his Facebook and one last hug before he left.
Moral of the story, have more confidence in yourself and make your opportunity rather than wait for it. That's an amazing story.
If you guys want to send your story, we have the link in our description, so feel free to send them in. We love reading them.
Yes. We'll read them and we will react to them. And we will laugh to them. We have some pretty good ones on the back burner for next time.
Yeah. Which we're excited to get to. Okay.
What would you have done, Becca, if you saw a Mr. Handsome on a trip, and would you have approached him or would you have done the same as the girl?
Okay, because this was grade 10, like if I was in grade 10, I think I would have done the same thing. I wouldn't have approached them. I would have just been afar, observing from afar. But I think, like, if that person, like, because she had Alice, who kind of knew him, right? I think that makes it easier, right? So then if that was a situation for me, I think I would have been more open to maybe, like, introducing myself. Because the thing for me is, like, introducing myself to him, like, alone is kind of scary. But if my friend introduces me, that's different. That's a little easier.
Yeah, exactly.
So then I might have been more, like, open to it.
Yeah. There were no DMs back then. You couldn't, like, just slide in and go, like, hey.
Yeah.
I saw you over there. You know, even these days, I still wouldn't slide into DMs. I would also, I guess, wait for my friend who knows them to introduce me, stuff like that. I think I would have done the same as well. You know, little kids.
Yeah, exactly. You're in grade 10. You don't know yet. Even now, like, would I? Probably not.
Even with, like, making friends, I still don't really approach them randomly and be like, hey, do you want to be friends?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to meet new people, though. So.
It is. Especially in this day and age, in this economical climate.
Yep. Like, imagine being in first year or, like, starting anything, you know, going to a new school and then having to do that during a pandemic, like, virtually.
I feel for the kids so much.
It's tough. Yeah, honestly.
Right? Like the little toddlers who missed out a year on working on their social skills. I feel like that's really important. But Becca, if you saw someone really hot and you were like, wow, I dig that, would you DM them?
Probably not. I don't think so.
Well, there are sure some weird people out there who have DM'd us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We've got some weird DMs.
Should we reveal some of these to our audience?
Yeah.
Today's a lot of reading. I hope you guys like storytelling. All right. So there was one day I was just checking out LinkedIn. I don't have my LinkedIn notifications on because Becca and my opinion of LinkedIn is like, it's used for very professional circumstances. And I am not a professional yet, I guess. Not really. So that's why I don't frequent LinkedIn that much. So I just logged on, checked my messages, checked my connectors. A lot of people always want to connect, even though if they don't know you. And I don't know how I feel about that, so I just leave them there. So you don't respond to anything, and then they'll never be able to ask you again, which is nice. But I looked at my messages, and there was this Chinese message, and I was like, okay. And then I read it, and I was like, damn. And then you know where the golden part is? It's popping it into Google Translate.
Yeah. Seeing the translation of it. It's beautiful. This is, he really tried. He really tried. I really like this one.
So the way we're going to do this is I will read one sentence in Chinese, Mandarin, and then Becca will follow up with the English translation. So we'll go sentence by sentence. Hope you guys enjoy.
Okay.
All right, let me start. My Chinese is very rusty, so I'm going to try my best. 你好，通过lin音这个平台看到了你的资料。
Hello, I saw your profile through the LinkedIn platform.
尤其说散发出来的美是很有魅力的。
The beauty exuded by your temperament is very attractive.
我觉得你很不错，如果你不介意的话，我们交个朋友好吗？
I think you are very good. If you don't mind, shall we make friends?
方便我们职场的交流，更好开阔自己的市场。
Facilitate our communication in the workplace and better open up our own market. Wow, Quilly.
So what is this? Is this someone asking me out, or is this someone wanting to start a small business with me? I don't get it.
Yeah, me neither. Because I think he wants both. I think it's like we could really have great communication in the workplace and then open up our own business together.
Business of love.
Business of love. Yeah.
I feel like he added in the last sentence just so that it fits with the context of LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because then he put the workplace thing.
Right, I agree.
And then you're like, oh.
And it was very random.
Colleague.
Right?
New colleague.
It was like,
I'm interested.
Hey, I'm going to hit you up on LinkedIn, but I got to make it seem official. So I'm just going to add one line about like facilitating our communication in the workplace to better open up our market.
And then now you'll be really interested because now I kept it professional. So
exactly.
I'm like within the confines of LinkedIn, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I have business potential, and I noticed that you also have beauty potential. So your exclusion of your temperament can match my business. I don't know what he's trying to say. Would you guys respond to him? Would you accept his request and
hit him up?
Meet him?
He is an equity partner.
I don't even know this guy. This is the first Chinese DM I got on LinkedIn, but not the first Chinese DM I ever got. There's some thirsty Chinese boys out there.
I know. I think you showed me a few, but we don't have them. We forgot to save them.
I know. Unfortunately, I forgot to screenshot those, or I did and I lost the screenshots, but they were all very...
They had the same
weird,
vibe.
Just like this one. They do. That's why I think it's just catfish. I think people just find these pictures off of Weibo, like Chinese Twitter, and then they get all those photos, and because when you check out the profiles of these people on LinkedIn and you scroll to their very first photo, you can see that it was uploaded a month before.
Oh, okay.
Right? And then all of their photos were uploaded at the same time frame. So you know that it's a catfisher.
Yeah. Someone trying to get your money. Or something else. That's a scammer. They're like, oh, this girl looks like she doesn't know what she's doing. She looks like she's single.
Looks like she's single.
She gives off single vibes.
There's also... Yeah, you don't need to say it that way, Becca.
I've never gotten a Chinese DM, which is weird. I guess I don't look Chinese.
And I don't think it's by looks. It's because on my profile, I have a Chinese word. Just one, though.
Okay. That's why.
I put one character from my name, and I think that's why.
Okay. That's why. That makes sense. It's interesting. Because your pictures and your captions, they're all in English.
They're all English.
Yeah.
I literally only have one photo with Chinese captions, or two, but that's it. And they were from way back. Like, that's creepy.
Oh, maybe it's from when you actually went to China. And then did you tag the locations? I don't know.
I did.
Like
I tagged
Shanghai.
2 locations in Shanghai. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
I guess they want my money. But usually, not usually, we sometimes get DMs giving us money.
Have you ever got a DM from a sugar daddy or a sugar daddy in quotation marks?
Sugar daddy.
So let's start with the short one.
All right.
By Mr. John Dwight.
John Dwight 255. Ooh, spicy name.
You need a sugar daddy. I'm ready to start with an allowance of $500 weekly, but weekly spent
weekly with an A. And his like profile picture is posing with like a car. Is that a Porsche? I don't know. It looks like a Porsche knockoff. And we also got another one from Mr. Go Aid John 37.
Wow, a lot of Johns.
There's so many Johns, like John Doe.
Oh yeah, that's probably why they chose John.
Maybe 37 years old. Maybe, I don't know. 1937. Maybe.
Never know. We'll never know.
How are you doing? Triple space. Checked your profile and triple space. I must confess, I'm really interested in you and would want us to be lover or sugar babe. I promise you won't regret this. Run-on sentence, by the way. I don't mind giving you an allowance, a weekly allowance of $300, and I am for real about this, sweetheart. Emoji with heart eyes.
He's for real about this one. So, this person put a lot more effort in.
So y'all hit him up.
He said allowance twice in one
triple
sentence.
spacing.
I mean, that's pretty promising.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He has a grammar. The other guy didn't even have any like punctuation. At least this guy had a few capitalizations and periods.
And triple spaces. You know, he's like, I'm a human too, and I also make mistakes. So,
and he's posing like this. Like, look at my gains, and then with the camera
covering his face.
We have this really funny one.
So I got this one. Sometimes I get some interesting requests. So this one is for a business opportunity. Hi, had a look over your profile. Seems like you're a great fit. At Smooth My Balls is interested in working with you. Can you please drop them a message here at Smooth My Balls? Thanks. Give them a message and they will get back to you as soon as possible.
It is a male grooming kit, I believe, right?
Yep.
Okay, you know what this reminds me of?
Yeah, what?
That time that Arbonne hit me up.
Are we talking about it?
Let's do it.
You're like, girl, follows you.
I unfollowed her, but
okay.
I don't know if she still follows me.
Oh my god,
and the girl we're referring
funny.
to is the recruiter that messaged me. Okay, let's not talk about what Arbonne is yet and just provide the context and the research that we put into this, okay?
Yeah, okay.
So there was one day I got one of these messages, but it wasn't like very business. It was just like a random lady messaging me out of nowhere. And she was something like, hey, are you interested in like selling cosmetics? Red flag. And I was like, I was naive. It was in my, I think, between third and fourth year of university. And then we were struggling for money. And I was like, you know what? This sounds pretty cool. Like, let me hear more about this. I was ready to take notes, right? Because you have to do your research before committing to anything. All right. So I messaged Becca and I was like, hey, yo, look what this is. So this is before we started the BBT pod. And we were like, ooh, this could be a side hustle, we could get in on this. We'll do some research, right? So then I responded to her and I was like, yeah, let's meet up and do some research. And then we have another friend called Jo. We can say her name, right? Jo?
I think so. Let's call her Jo.
Right. Yeah, we have a friend called Jo. So we messaged Jo and Jo was like, this sounds like an MLM. And we were like, what's an MLM?
Oh, yo. Yeah.
And then she explained to us Right? She was like, it's a multi-level marketing company. And then we were like, oh, so please like explain this as if we were a 4-year-old.
Still,
okay?
What is that? Yeah, I had no idea what an MLM was.
All right. So we were like, please explain to us as if we were 4 years old. And then Becca, what did she say?
She was like, it's like a pyramid scheme. Is that what she said? I think that's what she said.
Yeah, she's like, it's a pyramid scheme. And I was like, oh. So then I went to TED Ed and I watched 2 videos on pyramid schemes because I didn't really know what that was either.
Yeah, me neither, honestly. I don't understand how they work.
But I met with them, right? I don't really get how they worked either. But then I met with them. I actually went down with it and I had a question prepared for them. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear screaming outside. I don't know what's going on. But there is screaming outside.
Oh, I hear it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that one guy that went like, oh, above everyone else's voices. Damn. Basically, I met with her and her like boss. So they have like regional bosses, like regional managers, like in the office. So there was this top lady, I'll call her top lady from now on, and middle lady who messaged me. And then I had a meeting with top lady, and when I asked her, how is your business not an MLM? I straight up asked her, and then she got so defensive. She was like, oh my god, people keep like saying that we're some like MLM like pyramid scheme, but we're totally not. Okay, look, we have a deal with the UN or like whatever, like UNICEF, no, not UNICEF, but like some NGO organization approval, whatever, and we use like vegan organic products and we're like so good, okay? And you can make so much money. Like blah 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 blah. Okay. Clearly I don't have a BMW, so I didn't go through with this. Yeah. But she was actually very insistent, and she even like drove down to my place. Like she drove down to the condo to give me a trial kit. And then you know what I expected it to be? I expected it to be like one of those like mini kits where you could like just keep it, right? But no, she wanted it back. And I was like, okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then it was like used. And she wanted me to put this nasty shit on my face. No.
That other people use.
Don't trust. Exactly.
We have no
she takes
idea.
These like conferences and gets people to put their hands in. And I'm just like, girl, no, this is nasty. Like, you can't expect me to want to cooperate with you if you don't even adhere by environmental health and safety codes, okay? So clearly we didn't go through this. Becca and I are not hella rich. We don't have BMWs, and we haven't asked you to give your money to us to buy some weird makeup products. So
yeah, and we haven't tried to recruit you to, you know, become part of this and then take some of your profits. So, So okay, for the listeners now, what are the signs of an MLM? Do we actually know?
We need to prepare you to avoid this.
Yeah. So an MLM, you know it's an MLM when it's like someone is really trying to like recruit you because they get a profit when you join, like a big profit. They get money mostly from like buying the products and then selling it, but the big money comes from recruiting. So when they start like to really pressure you into joining something, that's kind of a very clear telltale sign that it's an MLM. And on top of that, if they make you if they make you like buy all the product yourself and they're all like full price, that's also a telltale sign that it's an MLM.
And if they tell you that your job will include recruiting others, the amount of money you make based on how hard you work, the harder you work, the more rewards you'll reap. Red flag. And they'll always say things like, oh, you can like be your own boss. You're like, it's like entrepreneurship, but it's not like that at all. Yeah. They send you photos, or if you check out the Arbonne, I'm just going to say it, Arbonne, Instagram page, you will see that it reminds me of like the trailer of Midsommar. You know that movie, the horror movie? It's like it's just a bunch of Caucasian women on a beach in Hawaii or Honolulu drinking mojitos, and they're just smiling like, and my life is so happy. oh yeah, make so much money. I'm so rich. I mean, some of them are actually so rich. BMW,
yeah, actually.
car.
Yeah.
But most of the time, they just get you for the money.
Mm-hmm. So be alert, okay? Mm-hmm. I know this one is talked about a lot. I've seen a lot of TikToks talking about Arbonne in particular, but there's a lot of them. Yeah, so
do your research. There are a couple of like YouTubers too who like focus on talking about these, so you can just scroll through their videos and look at all the names and you'll know like which ones are MLMs.
Yeah, yep.
And if our friend Joe didn't come along, could have gone baited, dude.
Could have. But now we know. Now we know better. You know? We didn't fall for it.
Exactly.
Yes.
But someone else did, and that's kind of sad.
But now you know too. Now you know what to look out for. MLMs and how to stay clear of them.
And don't start your own. You are not allowed to listen to this podcast if you decide to start an MLM to ruin other people's lives.
Wait, Chloe, I just remembered something else. Remember that dude who like messaged you from Australia?
Oh! Yes, I do. Okay, let me think. Okay, I remember.
Okay. I don't remember like what it was about, like why he contacted you, but yeah.
All right, so this was actually through LinkedIn. So the other one, Arbonne, was through Instagram, but this one was LinkedIn. So basically, this guy with like a profile picture of like him in a suit, like all like corporate, he like messaged me and he's like, hey, actually, I don't know if it was LinkedIn, but eventually we connected on LinkedIn or something. Maybe it was Facebook because it was from a Facebook group.
Yeah. I think wasn't it through like Subtle Asian Trades?
I believe so. It was, yeah. It was from Subtle Asian Trades. He messaged me and he was like, hey, you seem very interested in this or whatever. Because I liked a post or something and they went through all the likes or something. And then he's like, you seem very interested in this like opportunity. And do you want to like get connected? And I was like, I'm not one to like reject people straight up if they have like an okay plea like this. It's not like hitting me up. So I was like, oh, okay, what's up? So he sent me a LinkedIn page and a website. No, he didn't send me the website. The website was like a part of the scam. Okay. He sent me like a LinkedIn page to connect with his boss or something. So I did. Right. And then they wanted to set up like a meeting and then they were in Australia. So it was like a really weird time. It was like 8 a.m. for me or something. I forgot, but we set up a really weird time. And then in the meeting, how do I describe this? When I was talking to them, the vibe that you would get is as if like, Becca, I was talking to you, but I was like a person who worked in a top 3 consulting firm, you know, that kind of vibe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was being extremely formal and I felt like this was not required for this context. And then he was like, I can help you like become very successful. But the thing is, the red flags throughout all of these is that whenever I asked them what they were actually talking to me about, they wouldn't answer me. They never told me what they were trying to sell me. And I was like, all right, because that's also one of the reasons why I stayed. I wanted to find out, right? I knew I wasn't going to join them. And then this guy finishes his like little elevator pitch and sends me a link and to a website. And it was his website. So he was like the CEO or whatever. So I clicked on this link and went to this website. And this guy was trying to sell you a course.
One of those. They're always trying to sell you something. A course. Yeah. Always a course. Yeah.
Exactly. He's trying to sell you a course that he made that will help you become a successful person and become very successful in industry. And he's like, I am so successful. I am so successful. And then he's like, I host like events with 500 attendees, blah, 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 blah. I'm so cool. And you can be just like me. And I was like, honestly, the vibe that I got from you in the meeting did not sell this well.
Yeah. Yeah. He never even said like what it is. Like, what does he even do? He never even said what he talks about. Yeah.
If you were transparent with me up front, we wouldn't have had to waste this time. Mm-hmm. And plus, I feel like you would market better if you were actually clear about what you're trying to sell them.
Yeah.
Because if the fact that they're hiding it means they know you don't want it.
Avoiding your question like crazy. Just like, nope.
Red flag.
Goes around it. Just like keeps talking to avoid the question.
They beat around the bush. Yeah, thank you for reminding me of this, Becca. I totally forgot about it. This is why I need friends.
I just remembered when we were talking about Arbonne. Yeah.
Yes. Why do these people keep hitting me up? I don't even know. But It happens. And I'm a curious cat. I like to investigate and find out what they're actually trying to sell me, which is why I guess I end up responding. But it's fun because it gives us stories like this.
I think they're also sometimes shocked that you reply, and then they're like, oh my god, we got her. She's going to stay.
But the thing is, I'm never really like... Yeah, exactly. They think that I'm going to stay, but I'm actually just playing them. But
those are some of our funny DMs that we get. People are trying to get to us.
Yeah.
Get us to do something. Get to us. Flirt with us. Be our sugar daddy. Work with us, etc.
I've met a sugar baby before.
Really?
She was very nice.
Oh, that's
one
cool.
of my roommates. Oh, did I not tell you this?
No.
Girl.
No.
One of my roommates had a friend who would come over to our place all the time to watch The Bachelor together.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing against watching The Bachelor. It's just not my cup of tea, though. But they would come over, and there's one time my roommate was introducing me to her friend, and then she told me afterwards that her friend was a sugar baby.
Oh.
And I was like, wow, a sugar baby came into my apartment.
That's cool.
I didn't know they were real.
Yeah.
Well, I did, but it's just interesting to have one close to you. And then I learned a little bit about her story. Like, she came to Toronto from a different place, and then she just she's doing it to make ends meet and enjoy the good life without having to do the traditional work.
Yeah.
You know, like going to school and stuff like that. You can just skip all that and be wealthy. And honestly, sounds like a fun life.
I know. It does. That's cool. So for being like a sugar baby, though, I've seen like a lot of TikToks about it. So, you know, like sometimes they don't even have to like actually meet them.
Yeah, they talk to them and spend time with them.
They just have to talk to them through online like texting, and like that's it. And then they just like send them money. But I'm not trying to like encourage you guys, okay? I'm just saying. Like,
we're just talking about what we know.
We're just talking about what I know, okay? Like, I am not a sugar baby. Quilly is not, and we're not against it. We're not against it.
Are we?
We're not saying become a sugar baby. We're not saying if you're a sugar baby that's bad. We're just talking about it, and we're just saying what we know about it. Okay, to each their own.
We're just talking about it.
Yeah,
sugar baby is a different lifestyle that we haven't experienced, but we would like to know more, actually. So if you're a sugar baby, please drop a good sugar baby story on our saucy story page, because I know you've experienced a lot of cool stuff, and we would like to read it.
Yeah, we're really interested, so it would be really cool if you are one or know someone who is, and you have a good story.
Exactly.
Let us know, please. That'd be
also,
great.
if you are not a sugar baby, drop your stories too.
Yeah, exactly. Anything, any stories. If you got like a weird DM too, if you've almost been in an MLM, if you were in an MLM,
and if you were an MLM recovery, what is that? Rehab B.
You were like you escaped.
You escaped.
I escaped an MLM. Yeah.
Or your parents were involved in an MLM, or what? Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I know people who were in an MLM and they actually went on one of those cruise things.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah. It was a Chinese MLM.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. Guess that's a story for another day.
Another day.
I'm excited.
Is our day done?
I think our day is done now. So thanks, guys, for making it to the end of this episode. We hope you enjoyed learning more about us, you know?
Yeah.
As always, hearing some more stories, reading some DMs. And make sure to follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and also subscribe to us on YouTube. And like this video.
Please subscribe and like the video.
Yeah.
Comment. If anything comes across your head when you're watching this, like, oh my god, I agree with that point, just comment it. We like reading your comments.
Yes.
Because we don't get any.
Yeah.
So now we want some.
Please. Yeah, it would be great. Thank you. Thank you for watching.
Have a good week, guys. Enjoy your life, and I hope everyone around you remains healthy and safe, and that you don't have rain for the whole next week.
Yeah.
Unless you like rain. Rain is good too. Good for plants.
Hope the weather is in your favor for whatever you want to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say enjoy your life?
Yes, I did. I want people to enjoy their life.
Yeah. Whatever that is. Whether that's being a sugar baby or not.
Or not.
Whatever you want to do.
Being a sugar baby, being a mother, being a father, being a male sugar baby.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes.
I wonder if there are. There must be. There must be.
Right? A student, a worker, a stay-at-home person, a jobless person, that's fine too. You should enjoy life.
Yep.
And a job person, or, everything.
Everyone.
We just want
happiness. Happiness. I hit myself in the headphones. Happiness.
Be happy. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for listening to the BBT Pod.
Our music is by our friend at soundcloud.com/MIERUKO.
See y'all next time. Bye.